4 worst coffees you should never touch, and 4 you must drink daily. Hello, my friend. Before we begin, take a deep breath with me in and out. If you enjoy thoughtful, friendly conversations about health, aging well, and feeling stronger in your everyday life, please subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss what comes next. Today, I want to share something simple but powerful: how tiny, caring choices can add up to big changes in energy, mood, and independence at any age. No scare tactics, no complicated rules, just calm, practical coaching you can use right after this video. If you've ever thought, maybe it's too late, I have good news. It isn't. Not even close. In the next minutes, I'll walk you through small steps that rebuild strength, protect your memory, soothe your sleep, and lift that quiet weight of worry that sometimes sits on the chest at night. Stay with me to the end, because I'll give you a gentle, 7-day plan and a simple test you can do at home to track your progress without fancy equipment. And yes, if any part of this touches your heart, please subscribe and share this with someone you love. Let's begin with a picture. Imagine a hallway bathed in morning light. The house is quiet. A man named Harold, 74, stands by the wall with one hand resting on a table. He's not training for a marathon. He is trying something almost too small to mention: standing up from a chair and sitting back down slowly, 5 times. The first day, he wobbles. The second day, he feels silly. By day 7, he notices something that doesn't feel silly at all. When he climbs the front steps to check the mail, his knees don't complain as loudly. He smiles to himself. It took fewer than 2 minutes a day to start turning the ship. That's the spirit of today's message: tiny movements that steadily turn into strength, tiny choices that become longer walks, better sleep, a friendlier mood. If you remember only one idea from this video, might it be this: small things, done gently and consistently, are not small at all. Now, let me talk to you like a coach who respects your time. We'll build your day around 4 quiet anchors: move a little, nourish a little, calm a little, connect a little. These anchors are not medical prescriptions. They're simple habits you can tailor to your body and your doctor's advice. Start with movement, because motion is the oil of the human machine. When we stop, everything gets creaky. Movement doesn't mean pain. Think of it as kindness to your joints. Can you stand up from your chair 10 times today? 5 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon. Can you march your knees in place during a favorite song? Could you hold the kitchen counter and lift your heels 10 times? Then your toes 10 times, just to wake up the ankles that keep you steady on the sidewalk? That's it. No heroics. The purpose is not to sweat. It's to tell your body, we're still using this. Let me share a second story, because stories remind us that we're not alone. Elena is 68. For months, she'd been sleeping in short, choppy bursts, waking up unsure why she felt so heavy during the day. We tried something unglamorous: a tiny wind-down routine at the same time each night. She placed a small chair near the bedroom window, turned off bright lights, and played soft instrumental music, no lyrics to tug at the mind. She kept a gentle journal, not a long diary, just 3 lines. One thing she appreciated, one thing that went okay, one thing to try tomorrow. Then she did the simplest breathing pattern I know: breathe into a slow count of 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, 3 rounds. After 2 weeks, she said, I still wake once, sometimes twice, but I fall back asleep in minutes. She didn't cure insomnia. She gave her nervous system a handrail in the dark, and that made a meaningful difference. Now, nourishment. You don't need a perfect diet to feel better. Your body is like an old friend, patient, forgiving, grateful for even modest kindness. Try this easy plate rule at lunch or dinner. Choose 1 colorful vegetable, 1 protein that fits your style and medical plan, and 1 fiber-rich helper like beans, berries, or a slice of whole grain bread. Pour a glass of water before you sit down. That's it. If you love a small dessert, eat it slowly. The goal is not punishment. It's steady fuel so your brain stays focused and your muscles have something to build with. Many people over 60 notice aches ease up when they drink more water and add a little extra protein. Not a feast, just a palm-sized portion at meals. unless your doctor says otherwise. Small, kind choices add up. Calm a little is next, and I want to speak frankly. Anxiety can be sneaky at our age. It doesn't always feel like panic. Sometimes it shows up as irritability, a tight jaw, a heart that thumps before bed, or a feeling that the news never stops knocking on the door. I teach a practice that takes 1 minute and doesn't require a yoga mat or an app. Put your right hand over your heart, left hand on your belly. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly and let your belly rise into your left hand. Then exhale and feel the belly soften. Whisper to yourself, right now I'm safe enough to breathe. Try 6 of those breaths. If your mind wanders, good, that means you're human. Every time it wanders, return to the sensation of your hands resting on you like a kind blanket. This is not magic. It is a signal to the body that the moment is livable. It lowers the volume of the internal radio so you can hear your own voice again. Connect a little is the anchor that so many of us overlook. Humans are herd animals. We steady ourselves by the warmth of others. You do not need a cocktail party. You need a thread that ties today to tomorrow. That could be a weekly phone call with a niece, a neighbor's morning wave from the mailbox, or sharing crossword clues with a friend. I know a retired school custodian who hosts a tea and tools hour in his garage. 1 card table, 2 folding chairs, a kettle, and a pencil sharpening station. People stop by with dull scissors and leave with sharpened blades and lighter hearts. He says, I sharpen the scissors, but the talk sharpens me. Don't underestimate small talk. It is actually big talk about being alive. There's another piece I don't want to skip: safety. Health isn't only about blood pressure and steps. It's also about how to stay steady on your feet. If you're able and your doctor agrees, try the doorway balance drill. Stand in a doorway so if you sway, a hand can touch the frame. Put your feet hip width apart. Soft knees. Lift your chest like there's a small string attached to your collarbone. Now shift your weight to your left foot and lift your right foot 1 inch off the ground for 5 seconds. Set it down. Switch sides. That's 1 round. Try 3 rounds. If you feel wobbly, eyes open, light fingertip on the frame. This is not a contest. It is a conversation with your ankles and hips. Over time, those little stabilizers become more responsive, and confidence grows in the grocery aisle, on the curb, and at the top of your stairs. Let's weave in a practical morning routine that fits inside a single mug of tea. When the kettle whistles, do 10 slow heel raises. While the water steeps, march in place, gently lifting your knees 10 times. After you pour, hold the warm mug and do 3 rounds of the gentle breath we practiced. Then ask yourself 1 small question. What is 1 kind thing I will do for my body before noon? Maybe it's a 5-minute walk outside, even to the end of the block and back. Maybe it's drinking that glass of water you poured. Maybe it's calling your pharmacist to double-check how your medications should be spaced. Tiny, clear promises that you can keep. That's how trust returns. I promised you practical examples, so here are 3 real-world moments, painted like little scenes. First scene. A retired chef named Marco who loves salted almonds and making pasta for friends. His doctor wants his blood pressure lower. He sighs because food is his joy. We kept the joy and changed the frame. He now starts dinners with a bright salad dressed with lemon and olive oil, then serves pasta in smaller bowls with generous vegetables mixed in broccoli, cherry tomatoes, sliced mushrooms. No one leaves hungry, and he notices his rings feel looser on his fingers. He toasted me with sparkling water and said, I still get to be me, just with a little more green on the plate. Second scene. A grandmother, Ruth, keeps an index card by the TV with 333 written on it. When worries spike, she looks around the room and names 3 things she can see, 3 sounds she can hear, and taps 3 parts of her body: shoulder, knee, hand, saying, here I am. It costs nothing and gives her mind a small, solid floor to stand on. Third scene. A former postman, Earl, who felt lonely after retiring, joined a local library's volunteer program reshelving books. He says he likes the sound of the cartwheels and the soft thump of books finding their home. Each Tuesday gave him a reason to iron a shirt and be greeted by name. His step, count went up without exercise, and so did his smile count. Hydration deserves its own quiet paragraph because it affects so much energy, digestion, clarity. If you often forget to drink water, tie it to something you already do. Every time you look at your phone, take one sip. Every time a commercial break starts, one sip. If nighttime bathroom trips bother you, shift your sips earlier in the day and taper in the evening. Add a slice of lemon or a splash of unsweetened cranberry for interest, especially if water tastes boring. Your joints, skin, and brain will thank you. And if you're on medications or have heart or kidney issues, follow your clinician's guidance on fluids. Small adjustments, steady benefits. Sleep is the quiet engine of healing. If your nights are patchy, try a simple, light rhythm. Get actual daylight in your eyes in the first hour after waking. Even through a window helps. Then, as evening approaches, dim your environment like a slow sunset. Lower lamps, softer voices, quieter screens. Think of your bedroom as a friend who invites you to rest. Keep it cool, keep it dark, and keep the bed sacred for sleep and affection rather than emails or worries. If your thoughts race, let them race on paper. Keep an index card on the nightstand labeled "Tomorrow's List." Write it down. Tell yourself, "I have a plan," and close your eyes again. If you awaken at 3 a.m., remind yourself that resting is still healing. You don't need to fight the night. You need to befriend it. Let's talk about the mind because memory matters deeply. Little brain-friendly habits can be surprisingly fun. Learn one new thing a week that uses your hands and attention. A simple chord on a ukulele, a new soup recipe, a single magic trick to delight your grandkids. Novelty is food for the brain. So is repetition. If names slip away, practice this. When someone says, "Hi, I'm Carol," you reply, "Carol, nice to meet you." And imagine writing her name on a note card in your mind. Say it again as you part. "Good to see you, Carol." It's not a guarantee, but it gives your memory something to hold on to. And when the word just won't come, be kind to yourself. Minds are living forests. Sometimes the path is covered in leaves. Gentle patience clears it faster than frustration ever could. I also want to acknowledge something tender: grief and change. Aging includes losses, people, pets, roles we once played. Pain doesn't mean you're failing. It means you loved. The assignment isn't to get over it, but to carry it with stronger legs. This is where community is medicine. A walking group, a faith gathering, a community center class, an online forum, anything that gives you faces to look forward to. If you don't know where to start, ask your librarian. They are quiet matchmakers of belonging. And if your sadness sticks like heavy fog for weeks, please talk to your clinician. You deserve support, not stoicism. Now for the promised at-home check-ins. The first is the tea time sit-stand. Once a day, set a timer for 30 seconds and count how many times you can stand up from a chair and sit back down without using your hands. Feet planted, chest lifted. Write the number on a sticky note and put it on the fridge. Over 2 weeks, see if the number gently rises. The second is the doorway balance count. Time how long you can stand on one foot, with the doorway nearby for safety, up to 30 seconds. Compare left and right. If you practice daily, most people see a few seconds of improvement in a week or 2. Celebrate the small increase like you would a grandchild's first steps cheerfully. The third check-in is the gratitude pulse. Each evening, rate your mood from 1 to 10 after doing your brief breath practice. No judgment, just track. Often, the number inches up when we move, nourish, calm, and connect, even when life stays complicated. Let me add a gentle word about medications and appointments. Bring a written list to each visit, including vitamins and over-the-counter helpers. Ask 3 questions. What is this for? When and how do I take it? What side effects should I look for? If you don't catch the answer, say, "Could you explain that part again?" You are not a bother. You are the captain of your care team. A good clinician appreciates a prepared, curious patient. And if you ever feel rushed, ask for a follow-up. Your health is worth the time. I want you to picture a simple week, nothing fancy. On Monday morning, heel raises while the tea steeps. Later, a 5-minute walk to the corner. On Tuesday, the doorway balance drill and a phone call to a friend. On Wednesday, add 2 minutes of marching to music you love. On Thursday, a bright salad before pasta. On Friday, the 3-line gentle journal and the 4-4-4-4 breath before bed. On Saturday, a library visit or a neighborhood hello. On Sunday, look back at your sticky notes and say, "Look at me go." That's a week that builds a body you can live in with more comfort, and a life you can live with more joy. Let me paint one last story before we close, because I think it might be yours. Picture a person exactly your age standing in a quiet kitchen at sunrise. They open a cabinet and choose a mug with a chip on the rim, a favorite. While the water warms, they place a hand on the counter and lift their heels. They smile because their balance is a touch steadier than last week. The kettle sings. They pour and breathe. In their pocket is a small folded list of groceries: greens, beans, berries. On the fridge is a note with a neighbor's number and the word Thursday. None of this looks like a miracle on television, but it is a miracle in a life, tiny, kind, steady. That person could be anyone. It could be you. Here is your gentle 7-day starter plan. Day 1, 2 minutes of heel-to-toe rocking at the counter, 10 chair stands, a glass of water with lunch, 3 rounds of box breathing before bed. Day 2, a 5-minute walk, even indoors if the weather is unfriendly. Add a vegetable to dinner. Write 3 lines of appreciation. Day 3, doorway balance drill, plus a call to someone you like. Day 4, repeat day 1 and add a protein choice you enjoy. Day 5, 5 minutes of marching to a favorite song and a library visit or a porch wave. Day 6, chair stands again and a simple stretch. Reach both arms to the ceiling and sigh. Day 7, lit your notes and pick one habit to keep daily. The second week does not need to be bigger, just more comfortable. Now, as promised, let me draw the lessons together in a way you can hold on to. Aging well doesn't ask us to become someone else. It asks us to be more fully ourselves with wiser routines. Small movements, chair stands, heel raises, balance practice translate into real-world confidence on stairs and sidewalks. Simple nourishment, colorful vegetables, a bit more protein if your clinician agrees, and steady hydration quietly supports joints, muscles, and brain function. Gentle calming, slow breathing, softer lights at night. A 3-line journal tells the nervous system it's allowed to rest. Honest connection, waves, calls, volunteering, airy chats replaces isolation with belonging. Protect your safety by practicing balance in a doorway and keeping your home well lit and uncluttered. Protect your mind with novelty, repetition, and compassion for its wandering paths. Track tiny wins with quick, at-home check-ins so progress becomes visible. None of this is a race or a test of willpower. It is a conversation with your body and your life. Be patient like a gardener. Water the habit, not the result. In a month, the result will tap you on the shoulder. Steadier steps, kinder sleep, warmer days. If something hurts or worries you, bring it to your clinician. Your voice is part of the treatment. If you fall off your routine, smile and start again that afternoon. The day is long enough to forgive yourself. If this felt like a friend walking beside you, subscribe to the channel now so we can keep building these steady steps together. Leave a comment and tell me one tiny habit you'll try this week. Your idea may help someone else. And if you have a parent, neighbor, or friend who could use a gentle nudge, share this video with them. Together, we can make health feel human again, one small, kind choice at a time.